In the last year or so, I've noticed that I keep coming back into a concept I like to call the power of emergence. The power of emergence is about the things that emerge, right? It's a simple concept. It's what emerges, what comes up, what gets to be revealed, what appears that wasn't before there. Why do I like this concept about the power of emergence? Is because it's part of life. Welcome, my friend, to another episode from Inside Treasures. My name is Phoebus, and I love to challenge myself and those around me for the purpose of growth. I am here to help you heal, change, and grow. Emergence is part of life. It's something that always happens. It happens out in nature. Things just emerge. Things that weren't there all of a sudden are there. A seed that gave birth to a tree, or a plant, or a bush, a life, a child, an animal that didn't exist and all of a sudden exists. It's something that we can't see and then we see. It's something that literally did not exist and then it exists. It's the journey of life is emergence, right? It's things that get created, things that get manifested, things that happen. Now, how is that idea useful to your journey? The reason I keep coming back to this idea of emergence is because it's useful to understand it before you start a journey towards any direction. Knowing that when you're choosing a goal, when you're choosing a direction, when you start to open up possibilities. The power of emergence is about opening up possibilities. And in which way you do it, it doesn't really matter. It's very easy to speak about it through like the lens of goal, but it happens with everything in life. For example, if you're choosing to move city, if you're choosing to move school, if you're choosing to move jobs, if you're choosing to, all this, we won't call them goals specifically, but they are opening up possibilities. The law of emergence, the power of emergence, I like to say, is that it's something that wouldn't have happened if I stayed with where I'm at. So if I stay where I'm at, things will emerge for sure. But that doesn't mean things will emerge towards the thing that I'm looking to create, the thing that I want my life to be like. Oftentimes, when we choose a direction, we get too fixated into the end result that we miss the power of emergence. Because as we take that course, as we walk that path, the different paths that start to deviate from our original idea through the power of emergence. There's a big boulder here, something's not working out. This actually looks more attractive that I didn't know before. So through the power of emergence, we can see in the process as we enjoy the process rather than looking for that end goal. And again, open it up. It doesn't have to be specific. Oh, my goal is to lose 20 pounds. Like, it can be more open, right? But you have that power and ability and possibility to see what's going on, what emerges, and you witness the process. You're part of the process. You're feeding the process. But in order for the law of emergence to start in a way that's beneficial for you, in a way that it can help you change and grow, in order for you to be able to do that, you have to make a distinction at some point. My life has been taking me that way. I've been wanting to go this way. So I'm making a conscious choice right now, not only intellectually, but I'm taking an action towards things. So I sign up for a marathon, I sign up for this, I change job, I make an application, I speak to this girl. It doesn't matter. The scenarios are infinite. But the minute that you do that, and then you take that step, all of a sudden you're on a different track. That's the big thing that needs to happen. Your life track is already have a trajectory. It's already having a specific direction through the momentum, through all the ideas, through all the things you've been doing, through all your habits, through the people, through the environment, through the society. You get the idea, right? But for the law of emergence to come into play in a beneficial way, it needs to be in an area that you want to grow, in an area that you want to change, right? So you change track. You set the direction. It has to be things that they begin to unfold. In an essence, the way of the avalanche. It starts small. So that's the small decision. Is that changing from this way to walking that way, right? And when you do that, It's that first beginning of the avalanche. But then you do another thing, and you start forming the trail. That's part of what we forget. The trails gets formed as we walk. We think the trail is fixed towards the direction we're going. That's not true. That's not true in life. It might be true for when you walk in the mountain, like you take a specific trail, and then there can be unexpected things as you're hiking, right? But for this, every time you walk, every time you take a step, the trail gets formed. And that is the power of emergence. And then as an avalanche keeps growing and growing and building up, it has this momentum, right? That will lead you to where you need to be. That it just builds up. But as of the power of emergence comes into play, notice how it is a conscious, intentional change in direction, followed by action, and most of all, led by presence, by witnessing, by seeing what's going on, what's happening around you. Because oftentimes we get so fixated to the end result and how you get it. Oh, Jane did it this way, so if I do it this way, I'm going to get there. Success does leave clues, but also be open. Have your eyes open. Take your blinders down, just so you can observe and see. And that doesn't only happen about what I'm talking about. Presence is about day to day. The things that show up in your life and in my life and in everyone's life that sometimes we're just not present to witness. That just happened. We didn't even recognize it. Weren't even aware. When you start to build this, cultivating this as a skill, to notice what emerges, to be more aware, to be more present. And for that, there's a level of stillness that you need. A level of devotion to your experience, to yourself, a level of devotion to the world. I want to notice the world. I don't want to be on my phone all day long. I want to notice the person next to me. I want to notice my kids. I want to notice my wife. Because when I don't, I'm missing out. The problem is I'm missing out because I'm not here. When I'm here, I can be present. I can be more still. And I can notice what emerges. A quick announcement. I've been working behind the scenes for the past few months around a course called Finding Stillness. Finding Stillness is about helping you to create that space in your life, to create deeper connection, primarily with yourself, but then as a result with the people around you. It has to do with cultivating more self-love, more understanding, more acceptance towards yourself, your thoughts, your emotions. Finding stillness is something that I personally find it very important and crucial. If you're interested, go to my website, insidetreasures.com, and look for the course Finding Stillness. Finding stillness is about pressing pause in life, about you finding the time and the space and cultivating that and create that in order for you to experience a moment of bliss which you get to create, a moment of space, a moment for you where you can sit back and actually see your life for what it is. It's about presencing yourself in what is going on every single day, in every single moment. That doesn't mean this is what you will do, because in a way that can also sound tedious. But it's about improving the quality of your life by presencing yourself more and more and more. And there's so much abundance of gifts that comes as a result of you being able to do that. So if you're interested, go to insidetreasures.com, look for Finding Stillness, and I will see you at the course. Thank you, my friend. Interactions emerge with people. Life is a dance. Things show up as a result of what you've done. Things show up and things are happening. And you're part of that. And you take the next step, and then something else emerges. And you learn to dance and be more agile and to take different turns and to leap towards the unknown. Because you're devoted to the process, not the end result. And you're seeking to see what happens. And sometimes what you do will lead you where you want to be. Sometimes it won't, but it forms your character. And that is far more important. It's not about acquiring, getting things, getting to places. The power of emergence is very powerful. It's very powerful because there are things that come up that you were never aware when you first began your journey. We kind of think, we set milestones, we're like, yeah, this will happen, that will happen, but the truth is you have no idea. And that is the humbleness to come from as well, because in life we get fixated, take things for granted that everything's going to be that way. That we're going to live to like 120 and everything's going to be fine and this will happen, that will happen, that will happen. How do you know? How do you know? You don't. You assume. We all assume. It's human nature. Be optimistic. I'm pro for being optimistic. Or be pessimistic. But again, how do you know? The power of emergence is a place that you become neutral and allow things to come as they are, accepting them as they are, responding with ability, responding to what is happening, and then also re-engaging and taking conscious action. And sometimes that conscious action is the lack of action. So stop doing that. Start doing more of that. That worked. This didn't work. But Peter said, let me do this. It's not working for you. It's not working for you. And this is something I've done in my life. Adopting other people's ideas and things, how I should be doing, how I should be living my life. And actually, yeah, they did this. That's great. Not power of emergence. Could I do it still? Possibly, yeah, absolutely. Habits, right? But it's taking that choice. Becoming more still, more intentional, more present, selecting a direction, and then also being able to dance with it. Yeah? The power of emergence. For the next week, come from that place. Come from that place that I'd love to witness and be present in what emerges. I want to see what comes up that I often don't see. I want to be able to make a choice that puts me in a different track and see where that track leads me. I think I want to go there, but the weather changes. What is happening there? To notice when you're obstinate about where you need to be heading and you're not allowing things to emerge and we stamp them down. We're like, I don't want this, I want that. Observe the thing that comes up. See it, experience it, understand it, and notice what changes. What changes in you, and when you're coming from that attitude, what changes outside of you. Because the world will mirror you. And the things that you miss is because they're not in there for you. And the things that you get to see are the things that actually you need to see. And sometimes the things that we need to see, we stop them down. We don't want to see them. That is emergence in its fullness. Emergence conveys information to you so you can take it in, change things around, and respond. And take that next step. Otherwise, we remain in the same step. So for the next week, keep that in your mind. Enjoy your life. We don't have to be all stressed out. It's about presence, graciousness, gracefulness. Gracefully observe what emerges in your day-to-day, how things emerge in your own mind, the kinds of thoughts that pop up, that actually light up your world. Come from that place and witness. Enjoy, adapt, move, change, grow. Thank you, my friend, for tuning in to another episode from Inside Treasures. My name is Phoebus, and until next time, my friend, let peace guide your life, let love guide your heart, and reason guide your thoughts.